What is up, YouTube? We are live. We are back at it, waiting all day for Sunday night. As you can tell, I got the tired voice. It's always on Sundays I got the tired voice. Maybe a little bit different today. Maybe a little bit of extra tired voice, but we're up, we're awake, and guess what? That's right. We just made a fresh pot of coffee at 8 o'clock at night on a Sunday for the viewers, so I get my energy levels up. All right, I might have just taken a nap a little bit beforehand, watched a little bit of the Knicks game. Knicks look great, but it's all about the Giants and the Commies tonight. I mean, the Commanders, excuse me. Giants and the Commanders. About to get started here. Carrie Underwood just sang. It's been a really long time since the Giants have played on Sunday Night Football. It feels like they usually play against the Cowboys only on Sunday Night Football. So this is a huge playoff implication game. Everyone knows it. This is probably the biggest regular season game the Giants have had since the Odell year, where they made the playoffs, the Miami boat year, where they lost to Green Bay. Other than that, the regular season has been dull, dead, no games late in the season that mean this much. So if you're a Giants fan, you have to be pumped up, all right? Yes, I know we're not favored tonight. We're on the road. We just tied this team, should have beat them. They just had a bye after playing us, which I think is horrendous scheduling, by the way. It's like saying, hey, Commanders, you get 3 weeks to prepare for the Giants. You get one test run, which essentially that first game was, which because it was a tie. So we're gonna need something special out of the Giants tonight. I don't know. I don't feel good. Let's put it that way. I don't feel confident, but I do feel like we're gonna have to watch all 4 quarters of this game, and it's gonna come down to the fourth quarter. I don't think either team has the firepower to run away with the game. I would like to see the Giants come out and be aggressive today. All right, throw the ball on first down, throw the ball on second down. They always start off the game well in the first drive because they come out throwing it, and the other team expects them to try to establish Saquon right away. Tonight, I want to see them doing that for the whole first half, at the very least. At the very least. So, big game tonight. This hat's making me sweat already. But we got to represent. We got to have the logo on somewhere. My Giants gear needs to get a thorough washing. We got to do some laundry. But you know what? We're wrapping the blue. Hope everyone had a good Sunday. Crazy day in the NFL. It's just a crazy day in sports. James, I saw you mentioned it earlier before we hopped on live. The World Cup earlier today. If you didn't watch that, you missed out. Crazy game. Even if you don't like soccer, you would have been able to enjoy that game today. And all the NFL action, obviously, that happened. The 1 o'clock slate was insane. And then the end of the Patriots game is just the cherry on top of a crazy Sunday afternoon. But it could get even crazier. For a Giants fan and for a Commanders fan even, it could get even crazier. It's about to get even crazier. We'll see what happens. This is the biggest game in both teams' recent memory. Gotta have it. No BLs on deck tonight, Jack. I have some champagne, but I don't have any BLs. It's been a long weekend. We had a wedding last night. I do not think that I will be able to sustain a bender like that. I don't think I can hang it. So we got some hot coffee. Yes, the opposite. I either go beer or coffee during the stream, one or the other. We got to get a little bit of a boost. It's 8:30 at night, and I'm having coffee. First one of the day. So it might bring me back. It might bring me back to life. Carrie Underwood sang 20 minutes. I hate how NFL games just can't, especially the primetime games, just can't start on a regular time. Geez. God forbid it started at 8:30 or 8 or exactly 8:15 when the broadcast started. They just lure you in and they just make you guess at when the game's going to start. My time is valuable, NBC. My time is valuable. Not really. My sleep time is valuable at this very moment. Huge game. We're going to be bringing you the play-by-play as best we can, as always, on Mikey Hot Takes. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Giant fan here, but we do every Giants game every week. We are going to expand after the season, of course. We're going to have to do more videos and lives. We'll do more Knicks games as the season progresses as well. The Knicks are on a big run right now, so that's making me happy. Seven in a row for the Knickerbockers. Let's get it. We need a W. I want to come out, punch them in the face. This isn't Dallas or Philadelphia, so we shouldn't go into this game with this ominous feeling against the Commanders. Taylor Heineke scares the daylights out of me. Guy's a gamer. Yeah, the Prem is coming back. I'll do some games there. I'll do some Prem games too. Some high-profile Tottenham games probably. Next Derby I'll probably do. Depends on timing though, because 7 a.m., some games on the Premier League are 7 a.m. I don't know if I could do those every time. Your man's got to sleep. Chase Young not playing tonight is a huge boost. I was kind of terrified that he was going to come back just for tonight because they're coming off the bye week. And that defensive line would have been a lot scarier. It already is extremely scary. I think the NBC broadcast has spent like the whole 2 hours gassing up Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne. Rightfully so. They're good players, but I don't know if I necessarily want to anoint them yet either. Saquon needs to we need to see Saquon break a couple runs tonight. If you're going to be this great player, if you want to get paid in the offseason, this is a game where Saquon needs to be that guy. You need to be the best player on the field by a mile. He was doing it earlier in the year. He's got to do it again today. Break tackles, make a man miss. All right, finally, we are going to see some football action. Official time of kick is 8:23 p.m., so no rhyme or reason to that start. But Graham Gano kicks it in the air. The Redskins, the Commanders are receiving to start the game, and that ball will go through the back of the end zone. So touchback for the Giants, and that is where Taylor Heineke, Brian Robinson, Terry McLaurin, and co. will get started. Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, who killed the Giants in that last game with a nice touchdown. That's a nice receiving core. That is a nice trio, young receivers. So, and the Giants, obviously, no Adoree Jackson still, no Xavier McKinney still. So, working with this really muddled defensive backfield. We'll see what they'll be able to do here. Commanders in the shotgun. Taylor Heineke hands it off to Brian Robinson, who gets about 5 or 6 before Jalen Smith just gently caresses him to the ground. That was like the most gentle piggyback ride coming to an end. Jalen Smith tackling Brian Robinson there. Heineke 5-1-1 on the season. So, right away, Ron Rivera has made, in my opinion, he made the wrong decision starting Carson Wentz in the beginning of the year. I think that's obvious now. 2nd and 3. Heineke drops back, just dumps it off in the flats to Brian Robinson. He's got a lot of room to run. Gets across the 50. And it's a good start here for the Commanders. Just a simple check down for Taylor Heineke. And Brian Robinson Jr. has a lot of room. And nobody picks up, literally no one picks up Brian Robinson Jr. I guess maybe Jalen Smith, that was his responsibility. I don't know if he's supposed to cover the middle of the field there or what. I would assume he was supposed to pick up the back out of the backfield. 1st and 10 now at the 50 for the Commanders after just 2 plays. They give it to Curtis Samuel, and he gets stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. So good run defense there for the Giants. Kayvon Thibodeaux in on the stop. We'd like to see him get in on the action today as well. Obviously, we got some high-profile draft picks on this roster. I know people say we don't have any talent, but there are first-round picks that need to perform. Kayvon Thibodeaux, Andrew Thomas, Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones, all these guys. These are the guys I care about. I'm not sitting here. I'm not going to just start bitching and moaning about practice squad players not getting it done. That's not good analysis. That's just lazy takes. Watching your good players suck and calling them out is real. They check it down to Bates, the tight end, and Julian Love wraps him up after about a 5 or 6 yard gain. There is a flag on the play. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We have a lot of people not subscribed to the channel, and that would really just warm my heart. It is the Christmas season. It would warm my heart. If you want to give me a free gift. Defensive holding Let's go. First down. Love to see it. I would gladly take over for Collinsworth. Enough is enough. We need a fresh voice. I mean, I think we're on the verge. Like, we already see with the Manning cast. They definitely are going to start to, like, try to have some more, like, colorful broadcasts for games. I don't get why they don't do it more often. It's a nice option. Heineke in the shotgun. Just airs it out. Throws a duck. And lucky to have it not picked off. Damn. That was a horrendous throw from Taylor Heineke. That ball sailed out of his hands. And that could have been picked off. He was just trying to get it in the vicinity of his tight end, Logan Thomas. But that ball sailed, fluttered, every word in the dictionary. Giants nowhere near it, of course. But still, just like a horrible throw. 2nd and 10. Take away the checkdowns from Heineke. From what I just saw, let him throw it down the field all game. Let him burn us 40-yarders down the field. Handoff is to Brian Robertson Jr. This guy's a nice running back, man. This guy's a good player. Gets about 4 or 5. It wasn't the craziest carry in the world, but I just like the way he runs. He runs with a nice power. He kind of looks like a bootleg Derrick Henry. I know he went to Bama as well. Kind of looks like a bootleg. Start the petition. Change.org. I'm sure these broadcasts I'm doing with Bud Lights in my hand are definitely going to get NBC on the horn. Fabian Moreau needs to play big today. He got burned a couple times against the Commanders last time. 3rd and 5. No penalties. Come on. Empty set again for the Commanders. He just checks it down to McLaurin, who doesn't get the first down. I wouldn't be surprised if they went for it here. It's Riverboat Ron. 4th and 1. Huge 4th down here. I mean, they're kind of in the fringe range. Maybe they'll try to draw us offside here. But I think they're going to run a play. 4th and 1. In Giants territory at around the 38. Or no, maybe, yeah. 38, 36, around there. Handoff is to Robinson, and he just plows forward for a first down. I'm telling you, man, I'm not a Commanders fan. I'm a Giants fan. I want them to stuff this guy all game, but he just runs hard. He's a strong runner. Robinson Jr. It's a bad sign on 4th and 1 when your defense's first drive of the game when you can't get that stop. But we got a lot of football to play here. Yeah, I love right before I fell asleep, James, I saw the Cowboys lose. That felt like a nice dream and just like some warm milk before a nap. That the Cowboys losing in utter destruction. And this cup of coffee I made is straight up it's diesel fuel. Blown up play in the backfield. Thibodeaux, tackle for loss. Horrible play design from the Commanders. They try to run some misdirection handoff, and Kayvon Thibodeaux does not bite for a second. Darnay Holmes is also in the backfield there. Curtis Samuel again. Both times they've tried to hand it to Curtis Samuel, they've gotten stuffed, and those have been the 2 worst plays they've had. So maybe if I'm just spitballing, if I was the Commanders coordinator, I would stop running that play to Curtis Samuel. Stop handing it off to him. Maybe try to throw him the ball. 2nd and 13 after the tackle for loss. They just check it down, and Jalen Smith pile drives Antonio Gibson into the ground. I had to see who that was. It was Antonio Gibson, and Jalen Smith makes a good play, finally. 3rd down and long here. Got to make a stop. Force him to kick a long field goal in the wind. Field goal in the wind. Excuse me. 3rd and 9. Let's go. Let's get it, big task. Heineke drops back. Oh, he's navigating through. Sacked. Let's go. I don't even know who that was, number 90 on the Giants. It was the classic. This guy, like, the Giants get good pressure internally. Micah McFadden with a good blitz. Dexter Lawrence got pressure. And then it was just a cleanup sack. Good coverage downfield. McLaurin and Moreau. Good coverage from Fabian Moreau there. Wasn't duped. Punt unit for Commanders. So huge stop for the Giants. Commanders going to try to play field position right away. Giants are taking a timeout, which sucks. Giants look like they called a timeout because they had 12 people in the huddle. Daboll's going to kick somebody's ass. Daboll looks cold, though. I got to be honest. It's not a good sign when the other coach looks warmer. Ron Rivera looks warmer. He looks like he could sit out there for hours. Brian Daboll looks a little cold. I know he worked in Buffalo, New England, some cold climates. I know he's been through it, but was he always? Was he upstairs? I don't remember if he was on the field or upstairs. Richie James to return the punt from Tress Way. Richie James. Richie James fields the punt. Hold on to the ball. He holds on to the ball and gets good field position back for the Giants. Nice punt return. About a 20-yard punt return from Richie James. Ballsy play to return that. It was like a Tressway just pooch punted. It was only a 20-yard punt, essentially, just to try to back the Giants up. He was in the booth in Buffalo. Okay. So, see, Jack? I pick up on things. He looks a little bit cold. That can affect decision-making. If you've ever been in a survival situation, not saying I have, but I've watched plenty of TV shows. When you get cold, freezing cold, like I'm sure eventually you get on the football field, as a coach, like he's wearing a hoodie out there. I don't care how layered up he is. Could affect decision-making, like taking a timeout in the first half, in the first quarter, in the first 7 minutes on special teams. But you know what? It works out this time. So the Giants get a stop and a good punt return from Richie James. So all of a sudden it was looking good for the Commanders early on in that drive. Brian Robinson Jr. was getting loose, but the defense held strong when it mattered most, and no points on the board. Now, can we establish Saquon Barkley? Can Daniel Jones get him, get hot early? Just can you hit somebody? Let's get a deep shot early to Slayton. Let's get a broken tackle from Saquon and a 50-yard run. We need some electricity in this offense right away. We need some electricity right away. Do not sit around. Now you just got to stop. Don't play the scoreboard. Play with the intention to score every single time. Giants too often I feel like they ramp up their offense when it's too late, or they're afraid to take risks when the game's close and it's a one possession game and they just want to keep it within reason for a long time and try to steal it. No, try to win it early. Try to put this game to bed. When you get a stop on the first drive of the game on the road, respond with 7. That's what I want to see. I want to see Saquon Barkley just make a play. Look like old Saquon for one game. That's all we need today. We'll worry about next week. Tonight, this is the game for me. This is the game that shows what type of marbles, what type of stones this team actually has this year. And I'm awake. All it took was some strong diesel fuel coffee. It's not a brand, so that's not an endorsement. I just put all the coffee I could possibly put. I guess my ratios were off once again, or maybe I did this on purpose. Jones in the shotgun on the Giants' 30-yard line. Hands it off to Barkley on the first play of the game, and he stumbles forward for about 3. So we're underway with the Giants' offense. And the first play of the game is a handoff to Saquon for not much. And Saquon looks like he's limping already. 17 total touchdowns for Daniel Jones and 4 picks. He's the reason we suck. No, he's not the reason we suck. Yeah, I would like to have someone better than him. Yeah, of course. Of course, you always want somebody better, if that's possible. But I definitely am not going to sit around and just blame the quarterback. It's like the easiest thing for people to do. And that's dropped from Darius Slayton. Third and 7. Oh, they do throw a flag. Oh no, they didn't. NBC showed the flag graphic and then no call was made. I don't know if I believe in the G-men as much as you, James, but that could just be nerves. I could be nervous. You're thinking with your head as you're a Jets fan, so you don't care as much. Let's go. 3rd and 7. Cannot have a 3 and out right away. Incomplete. Jones looking for Slayton, and Slayton had the ball hit his hands twice and dropped it twice. Slayton has frying pan hands, man. Slayton literally is the hot hands kid from Little Giants. I mean, it's a good play. The DB makes a good play on the ball, and maybe the throw is a little bit late. I don't even know. In watching it in slow motion, but the DB makes a good play on the ball. But Slayton's supposed to work his way back for it. Like, you're supposed to work your way back for the football. Jamie Gillen on the punt, so a mere 3-yard gain on that drive for the Giants. Horrendous. Fair catch, and they'll trade position as the Commanders call a fair catch at the 30. Horrendous first drive. Probably as bad as you can write it. You run it on first down. You get 3 yards. Okay, predictable play call. You get a minimal gain. Then on second down, you take I don't know what those routes were. You take 2 shots at Slayton, like on curl routes, which he sucks at running. Like, the only time I want to see Slayton actually, like, this is what people get mistaken. Everyone's like, oh, Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton should be a deep threat guy. He's not a every down receiver. With these hands, he is not an every down receiver. He's not on a good team. He's just not. I like him. He's been scrappy. He was a good draft pick for where he was taken. He's got some intent, like he's got some things that you need on to bring to a football field, like speed, but he does not have the hands to be an every down receiver. I don't care. Like, he had some good synergy with Jones. That's one thing he gets respect for, is that the quarterback trusts him, it seems. I don't know why he does, because every time the ball goes near him on like those 50-50 throws, Slayton rarely comes up with it. Yeah, I mean, Julie, like, I did I not just say, I don't know if you were able to see me to hop on before that. I literally just said I want to see them come out and be aggressive. First play, 3-yard gain. Okay, well, all right, let's see what they do next. Even those other 2 throws are really conservative, like, reads and decisions. Like, they're just saying, Slayton, go run 5 yards, turn around, and hopefully Daniel Jones can throw a dart and it'll stick to your chest like Velcro, because God forbid you use your hands to catch a ball for once when we need you to. I mean, no matter what, the Giants need to go get 2 to 3 receivers in the offseason. 1 high draft pick, first or second round, 1 free agent, good amount of money. I'm not on the OBJ train for next year, so he's done for me. Next year, I mean, this year I would have taken him if he could play. Because look at the situation we're dealing with. OBJ in a wheelchair probably makes some of these catches better than some of these other Giants receivers, because Daniel Jones just has to throw it, and this guy will actually use his hands to catch it. The Commanders move the ball way more effectively, and they're going to score points. So maybe the Giants just need a mulligan. I don't know. They've needed quite a few mulligans the last few weeks. The NFC East has destroyed the Giants. We have 1 tie on the season. What are we? 3-1 against the NFC East this season. All right, we're back. Flag on the play. Looks like the Giants might have jumped offside. Thibodeaux. Yep, Thibodeaux, neutral zone infraction. Trying to get a jump on the ball. Gives them a free 5 yards to start the drive. It's a cold night. That's for sure. 1st and 5. Heineke under center. Robinson motions into the backfield. They hand it off to Brian Robinson Jr., and he just moves the pile. Like, what did I say? This guy looked like a bootleg Derrick Henry. He's carrying the whole Giants defense to the 50. That was a bulldozing run from Brian Robinson Jr. The Giants need to, like, it's so bad. Like, the linebacking core is so bad. I mean, Michael McFadden's a rookie, so you can't really blame him too much. But Jalen Smith and number 90, whoever that is, just gets carried. This guy has a sack. I don't know who number 90 is on the Giants because he's some rotational D tackle that they just, like, rotate in every 2 weeks. Some other guys playing next to Dexter Lawrence if Leonard Williams isn't healthy, which, by the way, Leonard Williams not healthy again. They hand it off to Samuel again, and that's the worst offense they have going. That was his biggest gain of the night, Curtis Samuel, on the ground, and it was a 1-yard carry. They need to just stop a bit. They need to abandon that completely. I've already said that once, and they haven't proven me wrong. They run it again. They run the little jet sweep to Curtis Samuel, and he gets 1, 2, maybe 2 yards. Kayvon Thibodeaux is flying around, though. I got to be honest. He's popping off the screen in this first quarter more than he has most of the year. Might be a primetime guy. Heineke on the keeper. Stiff arm, gets a first down. That's a good play call. Giants were not ready for Heineke to keep it. This time, Thibodeaux misread the play. Did not expect the quarterback keeper. Went for Antonio Gibson. And Heineke got the edge. Got around the linebacker. Got a first down. 1st and 10. Now they're back in Giants territory inside the 40 at the Giants 39. Heineke under center. Handoff is to Antonio Gibson, who gets about 5 on first down. Their O-line is better than our O-line. That's just what I see. Make sure you guys hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We are trying to hit 200 subs eventually. Danny Dimes, I do not think, has won a primetime game, James. No. That being said, it's not really a fair stat because he always plays the Cowboys. Like, the Giants have not been good the last few years, and they always play the Dallas Cowboys or, like, Tom Brady on primetime. And it's just, like, not fair to begin with. But, yeah, he hasn't stepped up in a big game like this. Handoff, pitch to Antonio Gibson. He gets the edge and gets a first down. Giants' run defense without Leonard Williams is not good. It's just not good. You really see the difference without Leonard Williams on the field in terms of the run D. And I don't know how good Ojulari and Thibodeaux are at setting the edges. Like, they're a little bit too finessey for me. They need to put on some muscle, I think, both of them. They're young, but I mean, these are supposed to be like blue chip pass rushers, like defensive end types. I know they're outside linebackers in the 3-4, whatever. You got to be able to set the edge and have a little bit of power. This time, Thibodeaux reads it perfectly, and another tackle for loss for Kayvon Thibodeaux. I like that celebration. Thibodeaux just does this. He gets a tackle for loss and just stares blindly down like this. He's balling out. I mean, he does have the neutral zone infraction. He did misread the option keeper from Heineke last time, but this time he sticks with it, makes Heineke make a decision, and just rallies to Brian Robinson Jr. Heineke in the shotgun, 2nd and 12 after the tackle for loss. He just dumps it off to Gibson, incomplete. Yeah, big task. That celebration is dope. I hope that's his thing. I hope that's Thibodeaux's official celebration. I guess it kind of just worked out because he was laying down like that when he got the tackle. Ooh. Nasty collision in the middle of the field. And then Heineke just panic dumps it to Antonio Gibson incomplete. 3rd and 12. They're well within field goal range here. Well, it'd be nice to hold them to 3 again after horrendous offense. Heineke shotgun takes. There is a flag. It looks like it'll be movement early. Delay a game. I love to see that. Love to see other teams making mistakes. Because I feel like we're due a couple of, we make our fair share of mistakes. So it's nice to see other teams give it to us. That was kind of happening early in the year, to be honest with you. We were getting a lot of luck. Punt fumbles to help us swing games early in the season. But it's do or die here. I don't care. This is a one-off situation. 3rd and 17. If they convert this, I'm ready to cancel the game already. If they convert this. 3rd and 17. A false start. Come on. False start. Let's go. Keep backing. This is horrendous from the Commanders. In the wind, backing yourself up 10 yards well within field goal range. Ron Rivera is going to have a heart attack. Oh, I'm sorry. I know he's had health issues. Take that back. I retract. That was a metaphorical heart attack. Yep, we need these gifts. They're struggling with Thibodeaux. I really think Kayvon Thibodeaux is giving them problems. Kayvon Thibodeaux is wide awake. I don't know if he's got the right amount of smelling salts. I don't know if he made a pot of coffee right before the game, like the diesel fuel coffee that I'm drinking right now that just brought me back from the dead. They just check it down to try to get the field goal range back, and the Giants just let it happen. Landon Collins makes the tackle. Speaking of diesel fuel coffee, I'm going to need a refill in next commercial break. Coach Dayball's look is all over the place. Hoodie on his head with the headset on top of the hoodie is wild looking behavior. Joey Sly on the kick, and he bangs it through. So we've had our first points of the night, and it goes by way of the Commanders. Giants keep playing that bend defense. It doesn't matter to me. Are these guys going to show up? Is number 8 going to show up? Is number 26 going to show up? Is Darius Slayton going to stop eating popcorn before he gets out on the field? These are the things I need to know. Put the score on the board. 3-0 Commanders. They're moving the ball way better. They just having a couple of their play calling, the Commanders at times, has been really suspect. You feel like they should just go into that Brian Robinson Jr. power running game, dictate time of possession, and keep getting into field goal range. But instead, they keep trying these outside handoffs to Curtis Samuel. They have some stupid penalties on that drive that brought them back. Still didn't really affect them because they ended up getting the 3 anyway. But both teams should be kicking themselves. If the Giants don't put up at least 3 first downs on this drive, I'm canceling the game. I'm sick of the futility on offense. Somebody make a play. I need a refill on the coffee. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe. I will be visible in 2 seconds. All right. We're back. Coffee, refill, successful. What's up, Tom? What's up, Saddle? What's up, boys? Travis, what's up, man? Are the Giants going to try that offense that goes forward on this drive? I know they've been practicing it for a while, the offense that moves forward. It'd be real nice if they brought that out. I don't care if they use the annexation of Puerto Rico at this point. Whatever works. Just do something cool with the ball in your hands. Sick of letting I've seen every other team's offense move the ball. Yeah, they don't score. Nobody scores really that much on the Giants, but they do, except for the Eagles last week. Jeez. Eagles opened up a can, but it doesn't matter. That was a mismatch. We forgot about that one completely. That's completely out of my head. 3-0 Commanders, 2:51 remaining in the first quarter. We're back from break at NBC here. Commanders fans dancing in the crowd. I would like to get that classic shot of her later, the before and after, if the Giants can somehow get a win. If she's dancing sadly later. The telltale sign of the conditions when the ball gets blown off of the kicking stand or whatever, the tee. Exactly, Tom. You know what? At least both of our teams are somewhat relevant in December. I think that's progress. There's always the people that are just like begging for draft picks. I just don't believe in that. Yeah, we probably will lose to the Vikings. I wouldn't. I mean, we definitely will not be favored in that game, Travis. Not going to hear me lie about that. We're not favored in this game either. If you're new to the channel, Travis, I'm a realistic fan. That being said, obviously I'm a fan, so I have that bias towards I want to see good things from my mediocre team sometimes. That being said, we're here, and anything could happen. Any given Sunday, as they say. Jones dumps it off to Saquon, who gets about 9 or 10 on first down. A quick little out route to Saquon in the flat. And it looks like he just got knocked out of bounds just shy of the first down. So easily the best play of the game for the Giants offense. A 9-yard pass to Saquon Barkley. Second and 1. Handoff is to Barkley, who jumps into the pile and I think just gets the first down. Travis, you a Commanders fan, buddy? No, literally, no problem. I'm not one of these people that's just gonna shame other teams because I just don't think that's how people talk in real life. Like, I don't have that burning hatred for the Commanders. Eagles, if you were just like a bitter Eagles or Cowboys fans, then maybe I'd have an issue. But when you're so much better and you just keep beating us, I can't really complain about that either if you are one of those teams. Handoff is to Barkley. Gets about 4 or 5 on first down. So 3 touches for Saquon early in this drive. Finally get to see... They finally, just barely, by the end of the first quarter, we have 1:20 seconds left in the first quarter. We finally are getting introduced to the Commanders' defensive unit and where they went to school on NBC. Not a good sign. Horrible time of possession. Giants jumped. False start. They are rattled on offense. Yeah, I'm with you there, Travis. That's probably my number one team that I can't deal with. I bug out every time we lose to Dallas. No matter what happens, I bug out. On Thanksgiving Day, I was going crazy. Evan Neal jumped early, false start. Evan Neal has not looked good this year. I know he's a rookie. Is it just too much to ask for? Is it too much to ask for the Giants to draft a rookie and for him to just be really good right away and me not to have to hear this whole, he's a rookie, he's going to get better? It's a blown up play. They hand it, Jones just keeps it. And he gets about 5 or 6. He took a knock. Danny Jones. That looked like a broken play, and somehow Daniel Jones was able to turn it into like a 5-yard gain. 3rd and 6, so 4-yard gain. 20 seconds remaining in this first quarter. I don't know if Jones will snap it here. It looks like he wants to. Yeah, that was a great loss for Dallas today. Love to watch that. Richie James motions into the backfield. Jones will not snap it, and we will go to the second quarter. 3rd and 6, big play coming up. Giants still in Commander territory. They make this offense thing look so difficult, ladies and gentlemen. They make offense look so hard. I can't. I know it's like people will blame the quarterback and all this crap, and that's fine. Like he's not the guy, but like I find it very hard to believe that like if he wasn't on the Commanders, he wouldn't be doing better than what Taylor Heineke is doing. I find it very hard to believe if he was on the Jet. Like it's something about how the Giants run offense, and maybe it's their skill position players. Maybe it's the fact that they just base their whole team around Saquon Barkley, and it's pretty easy to just for opposing defenses to key in on one running back unless Saquon is in like superhuman mode, like a squirrel, like that you're trying to cage and just juking everyone out, which he hasn't been like for like several weeks. So tough start, but again, it's 3-0. We've seen this before, not a big deal. I would just like to see some inclination towards going in the end zone. Like at any point, do we want to try to get someone running down the field? At any point, do we want to run a pass pattern more than 5 yards down the field? At any point, do we want to maybe get Jones a keeper in this game at some point? He kept it once on this drive, and it was completely an accident. It was a broken up play that he got popped on, but it like somehow managed to run forward for 4 yards. So I think the Lions are one of the best teams in the NFL right now. Today wasn't a great showing from them, but they still got a W. I think the Lions are dangerous. If they were to get in, I would not want to play them at all. And I think I am a Giants fan. But listen, we did the Lions game here on the stream. What was the result of that game? The Lions kicked the Giants' ass at home. So it's not like hyperbole or anti-fan for me to say. I think if I was the one seed or the 2 seed or whatever, and I had to play, or that number 1 division winner who has to play in the wild card round, I wouldn't want to play the Lions. I would want to play one of these 2 teams, the Giants or the Commanders. So let's put it that way. I think Seattle and Detroit, are, honestly, in a playoff matchup, are more dangerous than the 2 teams we're watching tonight. That being said, I'm a Giants fan, and you never know. Magic, like lightning can strike 3 times, I guess. We saw with Eli Manning. Eli Manning was obviously better at that point and like was chucking it around the yard and stuff and didn't care about throwing picks and had guys who can make plays on the outside. 3rd and 6. I don't want to say this is a massive play, but it really is. Like we cannot just futilely, is that a word? Just wimp out on this drive. Second quarter starts. Jones in the shotgun, Barkley to his left. Jones steps up, completes to Isaiah Hodgins, who was wrapped up short of the sticks. Jones was getting pressure in his face, just had to get rid of it to Hodgins, and the Commanders swarmed to the football, and Hodgins cannot make anyone miss. Just another dead play. Montez Sweat against Evan Neal. Gets hands on Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones takes a whack. Dude, I'm sick of watching my quarterback get mercilessly killed. You know what? And I'm also sick of defending like I want Danny Jones to stay. Yeah, I want him to stay, but at this point, if you love something, you gotta let it free. This guy's getting destroyed behind these Giants Band-Aid O-lines. Evan Neal, there's a reason he fell to us that late. I think that's obvious now. Oh, but Andrew Thomas had a bad rookie season too. Okay, fine. Again, I go back to my point. So every offensive tackle that's ever taken in the top 10 takes 3 years to develop or 2 years to develop. That's bullshit. Every other team, guys get drafted rookie season. They look like studs if they draft the right offensive tackle. It happens every year. I've been watching football forever. I know the draft history. If there's a blue chip offensive tackle, you take him in the top 10 and he's healthy. Like, okay, health permitting, fine. If they're healthy, usually they're good players pretty instantly. Evan Neal is just obviously there's outliers, Eric Flowers, etc. But maybe it's just the Giants who don't know how to identify offensive line talent. Andrew Thomas is good. Don't get me wrong, he's good. Is he being wasted? Maybe. Like, we don't have, if the rest of our O-line is trash. I mean, yeah, our O-line is, Travis, our O-line has not been good for as long as I can remember. Since the last Super Bowl, pretty much. I don't really care what the stats say either. The reason Eli Manning sucked at the end of his career is because he had no trust that his life would be alive. Hand off to Antonio Gibson after the punt. He gets about 2 yards on first down. I'm rambling a little bit here, but it's really difficult when your team is just dying to punt all the time. Your offensive line, Every third down, somebody on the O-line loses a rep one-on-one. Every single time. Handoff is to Gibson. He's got the whole outside edge, and he's upended by Julian Love after a 12-yard game, but that looks like it's coming back for a hold. So that's beneficial for us. The Zebra's getting involved. Holding on the offense. So that's a big call right there. We needed that. That was a big carry from Antonio Gibson if that hold doesn't happen. So Ron Rivera just has the craziest stone face with the transition glasses. It's horrifying. Oh, Leonard Williams is playing. Okay, I didn't know he wasn't playing. His hair is just tied up. Second and 18. So let me predict this play. This will be a quick dump off. They'll get about 12 yards back, and then there'll be a manageable third down. Oh, strip sack, Thibodeaux, Kayvon, falling, touchdown, Kayvon, Thibodeaux. Let's go. Let's go, Thibodeaux. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. A rookie stepping up. Enough of this. He needs time. Prime time, Kayvon. What is that? His third tackle for loss already? Touchdown, Kayvon Thibodeaux. Let's go. Oh, that was nasty. That was O.C. Umenyor in his prime, ladies and gentlemen. You know what Rodney Harrison said? You know what Rodney Harrison said before the game? You watch Thibodeaux on tape, and he does a lot of things really well, but nothing really stands out to you. He doesn't really wow you. How's about that for a wow, Rodney? You know what was a wow? David Tyree dunking on you in the Super Bowl, buddy. Let's go, big task. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Kayvon, a primetime player. Glitz, glam, Kayvon picks it up, scoop, score. Let's go. Kayvon. That is what I'm talking about. That is probably one of my favorite plays of the season, if not my favorite play from a Giants player this year. Defensive touchdown. That's what we needed. Kayvon Thibodeaux has 7 total tackles, a sack, a touchdown, and 3 tackles for loss right now. Let's go. New York is owned by Thibodeaux. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about, Julie. We needed to punch him in the mouth. We needed something cool to happen. Like, we need to flip the script, something that they're not expecting like that. Like, somebody on our defense making an Kayvon Thibodeaux is having an otherworldly first half. Like, this does not look like the same player. Listen, he's looked okay. He's looked good for a rookie early in the, like, so far to this point in his career. But this first 20 minutes of football, Kayvon Thibodeaux has been the best player on the field. It's not even close. So, best game as a Giant, best game as a pro, if you ended it right now for Kayvon. Like, if he got hurt, God forbid, knock on wood, because he's balling right now. Balling, knock on wood again. He would still be having one of the better defensive weeks in the NFL. In the NFL. Make sure you guys hit that like button and make sure you guys subscribe. That's all I ask. It's the Christmas season. I know you might just be, popping in for a second. You found us on YouTube. You're like, what the hell's going on? Is he putting the game on live? No. We're giving you as much coverage of the game as possible without visibly showing it and getting it removed from YouTube instantly. So you know what? Thank you for joining us. I hope everyone had a great weekend, great Sunday. And you're finishing it off with some Mikey hot takes. So what's better than that? Kayvon Thibodeaux is getting stretched out now. I hope he's just getting stretched out. Of course, I knocked on wood. That is why you draft a Kayvon Thibodeaux in the top 10, ladies and gentlemen. Kick return for Antonio Gibson. And he gets wrapped up by Carter Coughlin around the 30-35. And that is where... Can the Vikings make it to the Super Bowl, Travis? I think it really depends on who they get matched up with in the playoffs. I hate to make that a cop-out answer. They have such an explosive offense. Their defense hasn't been playing great this year. And it's just hard to... I don't like to be that guy who just like says the halftime bodega run. Nah, Jack, no bodega run. We're coffeeed up tonight. I think the coffee is bringing a little bit of a better vibe for the broadcast. If I get liquored up tonight after a long weekend, it might not be a good idea. Brian Robinson just has all the room in the world to run. Gets near the 50. This is what... Did I not just say that on the last drive? It's Christmas Eve where the Giants are playing. The Giants are playing on Christmas Eve this year against the Vikings, so I may be from a remote location, but I will try to bring you guys the game. I streamed on Thanksgiving. I won't be in the same place as I was on Thanksgiving, so we'll have to figure it out, but I will try to bring you the game. Big play, Landon Collins! The vet. My jersey is not on right now, my Landon Collins jersey. That's like I wear in 80% of the Giants streams. It's my lucky LC, my lucky charm, Landon Collins jersey. They really should play Landon Collins as a pure middle linebacker at this point. I think he could be a good middle linebacker compared to what we have. He's got the athleticism and the size and the tackling ability. He's probably better in coverage than he is playing linebacker right now instead of Micah McFadden. Handoff to Brian Robinson. He just is balling out on us. I didn't even add the Giants points yet. That's how excited I was when it happened. There we go. Now I feel better. 11:30 remaining, second quarter. The only touchdown coming from a strip sack fumble recovery from Kayvon Thibodeaux. Heineke steps into his throw, looking to air it out. They want a penalty, but they're not going to get one. De'Ami Brown. They're asking for a penalty. No way. Tying of legs. Guy goes down early. Dexter Lawrence gets a piece of Heineke there. There's no way that's PI. Second and 10. Handoff to Gibson. Dexter Lawrence wraps him up after about a 3-yard gain. Our whole run defense is Dexter Lawrence because nobody had, our linebackers do not bring that pop to the line of scrimmage. When our linebackers approach the line of scrimmage, they get driven backwards. They do not enforce their will, despite Jalen Smith looking like Predator in the middle of the field. 3rd and 6. 10:41 remaining. Heineke calling something out at the line of scrimmage. Big play here. It'd be a long field goal. Incomplete. They don't throw the flag. Curtis Samuel wants a flag, and the Commanders are crying, ladies and gentlemen. 2 times in a row, they're looking for flags instead of wondering why they couldn't make the catch. And we finally get to see Daniel Jones try to make another play on offense because really the Giants' defense has been the best unit on the field so far, scoring that defensive touchdown. Taylor Heineke does not look very accurate right now throwing it down the field. Pinnock just timed it okay. That could have easily been PI, I'm not going to lie. But It was just close enough to when the ball got there for the refs not to call it. Really good punt from Tress Way. The Commanders down it at the 2-yard line. Or the 1-yard line. So horrible field position for the Giants. Tress Way, one of the best punters in the league. One of the coolest names in sports, Tress Way. I don't know what Nick McLeod is trying to do here on special teams. All right, so we have a TV timeout. 7-3 Giants. They have it at their own 1. Obviously, we're in dangerous safety territory here. The way our offensive line is playing, the way that the Commanders' defensive line is going to pin their ears back at the 1-yard line is going to scare me. We need to. This is a drive where you need Saquon to just churn his legs and show us all the squat thrusts that his quad strength is actually there, because I haven't seen it in a while. Points are changed. I'm sorry, Travis. Sorry to hear that. What's up, Chris? Oh, this hat's got me sweating. It's either the hat or the game or just the overall temperature in the room. It could be all the above. Crazy day in sports. Crazy day in the NFL. Do we have some more late night drama in store for us today? The Giants barely have run offensive plays. Daniel Jones has thrown 4 passes and has 13 yards passing, and they have 14 yards rushing. That's some quick math. That's 27 yards total on offense. And yet they're up 7-3 thanks to Kayvon Thibodeaux with the strip sack. So a defensive touchdown is a huge momentum shifter, but let's see if and now they got another stop. So let's see if we can. 14-3, we start to do a little bit of a dance. I'm not going to go crazy. Heineke's a comeback kid. Heineke's a wild card. I think he's capable of destruction in the second half. But I want 14-3. That's what I want. Come out here and just put together one drive. Somebody make one play. Oh, I have anxiety for this game. It's just not going to end until it actually ends itself. I don't care if we're up like 40-20 with a minute left. I'm probably still going to be nervous. Giants at the 2-yard line. Have to assume this is just going to get given right to Saquon. And it is. And the quad strength is not really there. Why is Brian Robinson Jr. is he just better than Saquon, or what's the deal? Because whenever Saquon runs into a pile, it goes nowhere. And every other running back seems to be moving the pile. Saquon just drops like a ton of bricks whenever he hits the pile. 2nd and 8. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. It's Christmas. With the warmth of your heart, please just gift a free subscription. Just hit that button. It is completely free. And you can forget about it forever if you want. Jones dumps it off. I don't even know who that is. Vanett. 4th string tight end or whoever the hell that is. The Giants roster is just, you need an updated roster every single week to identify who these guys are, some of them. Throw to number 89, who looks like a blocking 4th string tight end or something. Classic little option bootleg for Jones, and Jones just has that nice little finesse over the top of the D end, gets the completion, and we get a first down. Get some breathing room here. Jones completes it to Barkley. Barkley spins. and rolls forward for about 3 or 4. Would it kill Saquon to just actually make somebody miss? I mean, that was a tough play. Ball was like coming out hot. He caught it like before he even fully turned around, so I get it, but Jones in the shotgun on 2nd and 6. We're still way deep in Giants territory here. Just crossed the 20. We dump it out to Barkley again. Barkley finally makes a man miss. That's what I'm asking for. That is exactly what I'm asking for. He makes a man miss in the backfield and gets a first down. Keep getting it to Saquon. Like, that's what we need. Saquon one-on-one in space with a linebacker. Guy has no shot. One little foot in the ground, guy's beat. Look at this. Oh my God, he broke his ankles. Oh, who's 59? Who's 59? Oh, Bostic. Oh, he got crossed up. That was an ankle breaker, Saquon. That's a highlight tape for Saquon. Saquon getting more involved in the backfield as a pass catcher so far in this game. And this time he gets a 5-yard loss at least. Jonathan Allen just eats up this play. Play was going nowhere from the jump. First down is so predictable for the Giants. It's getting gross. You're just obviously going to give it to Saquon. They have no faith in trying to take a risk on first down. John Feliciano just gets absolutely murdered by Jonathan Allen on this rep. Just absolutely destroyed. It's almost John Feliciano almost contributes to that. Gets half a sack on this. He throws Jonathan Allen onto Daniel Jones. Jones in the shotgun, empty backfield. Guns it to Richie James. Richie James thinks he has a first down. He's about 7 yards shy of it. What an idiot. It's 3rd and 9. Richie James just thought he got a first down. He just got a 6-yard catch on 2nd and 15 and signaled that he got a first down. It's that in itself should explain to you what the Giants receiving core thinks they're like. That is one of the funniest things I've seen all week. Go back and watch. Richie James thought he got a first down on that catch. Jones in the shotgun. Matt Breida to his right. 3rd and 9. Still in Giants territory. Washington brings pressure. Jones completes to Richie James, and this time it is a first down. The Commanders send all types of heat at Daniel Jones. He stands in there and throws a strike just in time to Richie James for a first down. That is a good throw from Daniel Jones. Staring down the barrel of the gun. Gets rocked. Oh, how is that not roughing the passer? Every other quarterback gets roughing the passer calls but Daniel Jones. This guy gets treated like he's a schlub. I'm not even joking. Handoff is to Matt Breida. He's got very little where to go, but somehow he's keeping his legs moving, going forward. Matt Breida. Matt Breida and Gary Brightwell need more touches. I'll say it again. How is that not roughing the passer, chat? Somebody in the chat let me know. Am I being sensitive here? That's roughing the passer all day. Daniel Jones just got literally volleyball swatted in his face, at his head after he released the ball. They literally treat him like some like Shane Falco, like some type of replacement level quarterback that's just out there having a good time. 2nd and 5 after the Matt Breida carry. Jones surveys, completes to Isaiah Hodgins. No, he wasn't touched. Hodgins down the sideline, stiff arm, gets knocked out of bounds. Here we go. Finally some offense, some life from the Giants. Daniel Jones hanging in there, dealing with the pressure, delivering strikes. Is Hodgins touched here? Probably. 90% of these plays, I feel like. Yep, he got touched. He's definitely down. They called it. Yeah, Jones is third world country quarterback to the referees. He doesn't get any handouts. They only save their handouts to Brady, Rodgers, etc. Those type of guys. First and 10. They ruled Hodgins down, so the yards after catch was diminished, but we did get a first. First and 10. Again, Jones drops back, completes to Hodgins again. So the quick passing game is working. Jones just dropping back, throwing it quick, and delivering strikes. I'm getting a little bit nervous. Every time the Giants drop back to pass, it is nerve-wracking because this defensive line for Washington can get after it. I like Hodgins, man. Hodgins was a good pickup in the middle of the season. He's got a big target. He's kind of like a bootleg, like kind of what we thought Kenny Golladay might have the chance of being. Barkley gets the handoff, gets to the outside, gets knocked down just after getting the first down. So nice, long, sustained drive here for the Giants. Jones, read option, handed it to Barkley. Just the right decision there, as Collinsworth just said, because they were swarming the football for Jones there. He was going to get rocked if he held on to that. Empty set here for Jones on 1st and 10, which I want to see more of. Jones, incomplete. Miscommunication there. Guys running weird types of routes. I don't even know what that was. Is that Kenny Golladay is actually running routes? Wow, how about that? That we have a Kenny Golladay sighting. 3 minutes, 8 seconds, 2nd and 10. Giants in Commander territory. Would be a very deep field goal right now. Three seconds on the play clock. Jones got to get a snap. Giants, Evan Neal jumped again, man. Evan Neal is struggling, man. Evan Neal has struggled, man. There's no way around it. Penalties, getting beat. 7th overall pick. Every other team drafts somebody from Bama. They're good. We draft Evan Neal. He forgets how to play tackle. 2nd and 15. A lot of men at the line of scrimmage. They drop everyone back into coverage, though. Rush 4. Jones drops it off to Breida. Breida gets about 5 of those, maybe 6 of those yards back. Had to check it down. The Commanders were showing a lot of guys at the line of scrimmage, and then they just dropped everyone back into coverage. You could see it happening, and Jones had to check it down. Was a good decision, but we need to start making some plays down the field. I like how much clock we're eating here. Who knows if it's going to result in points, though, because this would still be a very long distance field goal. 3rd and 9. Jones sweeps left. He's probably just going to have to get rid of it, and he does. Daniel Jones gets rocked more than any other quarterback in the NFL. It's 4th and 9. There's no way they're actually going to run a play here. Most likely we'll just try to draw Washington offside and then punt it. Thibodeaux will call a timeout. It's the 2nd timeout of the half for the Giants. I'm not really sure what I guess they're just two in between a field goal and a punt here. So a whole lot of nothing really from the offensive standpoint. I would say star of the game from the Commanders' point of view is Brian Robertson Jr., who's getting about 6.8 yards per carry, and you'd like to wonder why he's not getting even more carries. The Giants' pass defense has been really good. I mean, Terry McLaurin, 1 catch for 4 yards. We have not seen Jahan Dotson yet. Curtis Samuel has 1 catch for 14 yards. Daniel Jones is 10 of 14, so really accurate, just not getting any, doesn't have the time to throw it down the field. It looks like we're going for it, which is ballsy as hell. 4th and 9. Shotgun. Barkley motions out left. This is a huge play if we actually run a play here. I doubt we do. We do run a play. Jones. Completes to Richie James for a first down. Let's go. That's a big play. That is a big play. Gets us into field goal range soundly. What a ballsy call from Coach Daboll. That is what I'm talking about. That is balls. That is day balls right there. That is what I saw week 1. Richie James makes a play. Richie James is kind of turning up so far. Big completion. Let's go. Jones is getting hot a little bit, big task. He's getting hot. 11 for 15. I mean, listen. With the way our O-line plays and the way our receivers are, we're never going to be able to just start throwing bombs down the field. We can, however, Jones is accurate with the quick passing game, and if these guys hold on to the football, we can hold on to the ball for a while, have some long drives, and keep our defense off the field, which is very important. Because it's eventually your defense is going to get tired, and when it becomes a 2-minute drill late in the game, I feel like Heineke has a little bit of magic in him. But huge completion to Richie James on 4th and 9 in Commander territory, kind of a game-swinging type of play, and that is what you want to see from your coaching staff in a do-or-die scenario. It's the first half. Take your risk now. If you go up, if you kill this half up 14-3 and you get the ball in the second half, that is a huge, huge advantage. So that, obviously, Coach Daboll has factored that in. And it was a fringe area. Like, you don't want to kick a field goal from there and miss because, obviously, the other team gets the ball back. You don't want to punt it because, in reality, you're only gaining about more than likely like 20 to 30 yards unless your punter kicks a diamond, which I don't know if that's possible for Jamie Gillum this year. So, let's go. Got to end this drive with a touchdown, not a field goal. Hold on to the football. No fumbles. Richie James, I know you're getting hot right now. You're starting to feel yourself. You have 3 receptions for 27 yards. You had a nice punt return early in the game. But let's relax. Let's hold on to our fundamentals. Let's take a deep breath. This is what Richie James needs to do. He needs to sit back, think about his fundamentals, say, I'm having a good game. Why am I having a good game? Because I'm mentally focused. I know what I have to do. All right, I have to make those 9-yard catches. Even though Richie James still, go back and watch. It was 2nd and 15 for the Giants. Richie James caught the ball 2nd and 9 yards shy of the first down, and he signaled for a first. That is one of the worst first down celebrations I've ever seen. Whatever. He's making plays. He's making plays this week, Richie. Let's get it. Giants on the Commanders' 24-yard line. 1st and 10. Jones in the shotgun. Empty set. Jones completes to Isaiah Hodgins. Hold on to the ball. He does. And the Giants are inside the 5. 1st and goal. Hodgins and Richie James started to wake up. Let's go, Daniel. That's your boy Hodgins. Big task. You're officially the president of the Isaiah Hodgins fan club. I just nominated you president of the Isaiah Hodgins fan club. I'm all in. I like the size. I like the look of the player. Hey, listen, considering he was cut, listen, Buffalo's 10th best. All we learned this year is Buffalo's 8th best receiver is our 1st best receiver. Oh, that's funny. Joe Shane shot up in the booth, in the press box or whatever, owner's suite, whatever the hell you want to call it. Senior VP and general manager for the Giants. He's got a lot of work ahead of him. Obviously, a lot of holes in this team. As a Giant fan, we're not thinking Super Bowl per se. We got a shot at LPG. They always get LPG on the camera. Let's go. Too early for the congrats, Tom. I know what you're doing there. You're going for the jinx. Jones keeps it, holds onto the ball, gets about 2 or 3 on the read option. Daniel Jones, his spine is going to be in 7 places by the time he retires. It's going to hurt when Daniel Jones wakes up when he's in his 40s. That's for sure. That's for damn sure. Washington will spend their second time out. They're going to try to give some clock back to themselves before the end of the half if the Giants were to score here. Tom, I'm not taking your bait. There's way too much football left, and the Giants are definitely not good enough for me to sit here and act like anything is dusted with a 2-touchdown lead. If we learned anything from the slate today, this game is far from over. Far from over. What was it? The Patriots came all the way back against the Raiders, and then they still blew it. The Jags came all the way back and beat the Cowboys. The Bengals came back from a decent-sized deficit kind of earlier in that game, though, against the Bucs. And those are just the games I paid attention to, that were on in my area. So plenty of time left for the Commanders to make noise. That being said, I hope it doesn't happen. I hope we have a quiet night. Yeah, I'm not taking your bait whatsoever. When the clock strikes 0-0-0-0, then I will take your congratulations. But until then, Taylor Heineke has that. I'm telling you, he has that last drive in him at home in prime time against the Giants. I feel like he does. So the Giants have to get out to a lead here. A 2-touchdown lead before the half, and then you get the ball in the second half is really what I'm talking about. That is like some type of luxury I haven't seen the Giants have in a long time. The defensive touchdown is just insanely big. Insanely big. The Giants offense, even when we score touchdowns, like you could see on this drive here, it has to be like a 14-play drive. We do not have enough explosive players on the outside, guys who could break a tackle in space. Like our receivers get tackled every time they make a catch. They're instantly on the ground. So we're gonna need to see a touchdown here. I'm gonna need to see a touchdown here. I don't care if Saquon needs to do a 360 spin front flip. Do not care. By the way, in case you guys didn't see the pregame, every single person except for Tony Dungy picked the Commanders on the Giants. Once Jason Garrett picked the Commanders, I felt a little bit better about myself. I'm not going to lie. I came into tonight thinking, yeah, we have no shot. Then I saw all the idiots on NBC pick the Commanders like they were like the, like the 85 Bears. Like the Commanders all of a sudden are the 85 Bears. I'm sorry. You have a couple of nice defensive tackles. Let's not. I got to be honest, this might be a hot take, but this year, Dexter Lawrence might be better than both of the Commanders' D tackles. They run the Wildcat. Jones goes into the backfield. Barkley keeps it. What a play! And Saquon, direct snap into the end zone. Saquon Barkley touchdown. Let's go! What a play design. Jones was in the shotgun. They motioned him to the left, and they put Saquon in the shotgun position in the Wildcat with Jones as the halfback to his left. And Jones misdirection. They fake like they're going to give it to Jones. Barkley just has all the room in the world and sneaks into the end zone for 6. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Graham Gano knocks it through, and we are up 14-3 on Sunday Night Football, people. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. 14-3, the Giants are up. The Giants have scored 14 points in the first half. Yes, only one of those touchdowns was an offensive touchdown. Let's not sweat the details. Let's look at the scoreboard. It is 3. 14-3 Giants. Commanders will have about a minute and change left for the rest of this half with I think they have one timeout left. Maybe they burned it. I don't know if they did. But great. That was a great drive from the Giants. We needed that. All the above. I'm pumped. Let's go. Let's go, Big Task. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, please. Even if you're just joining us for a second, just hitting that subscribe button would really help me out. I've done every Giants game this year. Realistic fan here. I don't trash anybody's teams unless you're a Cowboys fan. And sometimes the Eagles. But listen, the Eagles are so much better. If you watched my stream last week, it was really even hard for me to flip out. It's really even hard for me to flip out. It's kind of just an ass kicking. So I don't have any smoke for Eagles fans right now. I do always have smoke for Cowboys fan. Let's go, Big Task. Let's go, baby. Whew. Sweating. My hair's probably all messed up. Let's go, Saddle. The chat is popping tonight. I love it. I love the energy tonight. The Giants fans, we all had that same feeling. We all knew this was a big one. The rematch after the tie. Daniel Jones, by the way, 12 of 16, 104 yards. Most of that coming on that one drive right there. Playing with Isaiah Hodgins has 4 catches to lead all receivers with 37 yards. And Richie James also has 3 catches for 27 yards. Star of the game is still Kayvon Thibodeaux with that strip sack to start the scoring for the Giants. Really a momentum-shifting play. Strip sacking Heineke. Just exploded off the ball. Oh, definitely sweating. This wool hat in a heated room is maybe not the best idea, but you know what? I can't take it off now. It's 14-3. There's no shot. Saquon has been much better, I think, in goal line situations this year. Maybe the play designs have been better. Like that was just such a unique play design to run in goal lines. The Giants' goal line offense has been so much better this year under Coach Daboll and Kafka. That's one thing I will say. It feels like all we got to do sometimes is get it inside the 5, and I feel like we're going to score. Obviously, that's easy to say, but in previous years, red zone offense has looked really difficult for the Giants. Kick return goes nowhere. It was a pooch kick. Kick returner kind of was indecisive, and he gets wrapped up at the 20. They're double teaming the hell out of Dexter Lawrence so far. That was hands to his face. First and 10, the Commanders have 1 timeout, 1:37 remaining. They're on their own 21. Can't allow them to get into field goal range with 1 timeout here. Let's force them into a mistake. They're going to do something stupid. Let's force them into a mistake. Heineke drops back. How was that not an intentional ground? I guess it was at the feet of Gibson. Heineke just spiked it. Thibodeaux again. Collinsworth just said this is the best first half we've seen out of anybody this year. Is Kayvon Thibodeaux. That's what we're talking about now. That's what we're talking about. Everyone's gonna start waking up and thinking about Kayvon Thibodeaux now as one of those guys. One of those guys. If he has anything like this first half and the second half, he's having a defensive player of the week type of week. They get it to Terry McLaurin. They keep him in bounds. See, that is just a terrible decision. A scary, terrible decision from Terry McLaurin. Listen, there's enough time. There's 1:20. They're probably just playing for a field goal here. But he had an opportunity to get out of bounds and instead tried to play hero ball. And I just don't think that's winning football depending on where you are, like deciding where you are. Almost picked by Darnay Holmes. Tony Jefferson makes the tackle. That was a tight window throw from Taylor Heineke. Oh, Tony Jefferson absolutely cracked Curtis Samuel on that. 45 seconds remaining. Commanders now at the 35, their own 35. He checks it down to Antonio Gibson, and the tackle is made by Tony Jefferson again. and they'll use their timeout on third down. 34 seconds remaining. This would be an excellent, excellent defensive stand here if they get a stop. Collinsworth is obsessed with Thibodeaux right now, and I don't blame him. I'm in love with Kayvon right now. This is what you want to see when you draft an edge rusher in the top 10 in the NFL draft. Right away. Instant impact on Sunday Night Football, looking like a problem, looking like somebody that it doesn't matter who's trying to block Kayvon today. It doesn't matter. That's what I want to see. Guy who just travels everywhere on the field. He's swaggy, man. Like, listen, the problem if Thibodeaux gets some steam, he could be like a defensive type of OBJ. I mean that in like the good, positive OBJ ways. Like, he could just have that bravado and that swag that carries your team. 3rd and 5. 34 seconds remaining. Thibodeaux. Heineke dancing around, looking for somebody. Incomplete. Good defense from the G-men. Heineke had nowhere to go. They get pressure on him again, and he has had a horrible first half, Taylor Heineke. Let's call a spade a spade. 7 for 13, 55 yards, and he's taken 2 sacks. He's taken a bad delay of game. He's had a couple of passes nearly intercepted. 25 seconds remaining here. You just hope and pray that Richie James just calls a fair catch here. Yeah, Collinsworth, I mean, it's hard not to. The proof is in the pudding, Jack. I mean, the guy had a strip sack for a touchdown, and he's got like 7 tackles and 4 QB hits in the first half. Like, there's Collinsworth, anybody with 2 eyes. I think Elizabeth and Claire would have been like, this number 5 guy is balling out in white tonight. I think anybody with eyes would say that right now. Probably, can we say this might be the best first half of football the Giants have played this year? I off the top of my head, I'm going to go with yes. I think this is the best. Listen, it sounds crazy. They scored 1 offensive touchdown, and I'm saying it's the best first half of football they played all year. That shows a lot about what they've done offensively in first halves this year. But Kayvon Thibodeaux is popping off the screen like nobody has ever seen a defensive end play like this for the Giants in a long time, since the good old days, since Umanura, Strahan, Tuck. That's the vibes you're getting from Thibodeaux all of a sudden. Giants are going to take a knee and take this into the half, and they get the ball back to start the second half. So there's really nothing to complain about. We come out in the second half, punch them in the mouth, drive down the field, get another touchdown, and we are cruising. We should be cruising, okay? 3-score lead, and then I'll feel safe. Kayvon Thibodeaux, I'll sound like a broken record the rest of the night. That is one of the best defensive halves from an individual player you will see all season long. Let's just give you the stats really quickly from Thibodeaux. 7 total tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 1 touchdown, 1 QB hit. He's just all over the field for the Giants. All over the field. Best player, best game I've seen. 14-3 at the half. I'm going to take my usual break because I do need to use the restroom. I'm going to try to keep this break nice and short. I appreciate everyone hanging out. So far, if you're a Giants fan, I just said it, this is the best, most complete half they've probably played all season long. Daniel Jones came alive on that last drive when they scored the touchdown, making some key throws on 3rd down and even a key throw on 4th and 9 to Richie James, which was the biggest play of that drive by far. So, all good things. I need to see that. I need to see points on this first drive, and then we're really cooking with gas. Then we're really rocking. We really start thinking about that champagne and thinking about at least winning an NFC East game in prime time. That in alone is what I want. I like winning in prime time. I'm sick of these like tired, boring narratives. Oh, so if you don't watch the Giants every week religiously like we do in this chat or on this channel, you're just going to watch the Giants play the Cowboys every year and you're just going to be like, they stink, they're not relevant, blah, 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 blah. No, finally we have a big game with stakes on the line in December on the road against a division foe, and we're showing up. We're showing up and showing out to this point. I'm not putting it past the Commanders to come out firing in the second half at home. So the Giants need to protect this lead. They need to come out and at least get a field goal on this drive. Obviously, I want to get greedy and ask for a touchdown. Hodgins, Thibodeaux, Daniel Jones all played well in the first half. Daniel Jones protecting the football, making good reads. standing down, taking a lot of hits, and making throws under pressure, which is what he's done all season long. So I'm going to take a quick break. Big task. I appreciate you hanging out. Jack, I appreciate you for hanging out. Everyone else, I will be back in about 2 to 3 minutes. Maybe let's say we'll call it 5, all right? I need to use the restroom, gather the thoughts, and we'll be ready for the second half. So everyone hang tight. We'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you guys for the patience. We like to gather our thoughts at halftime. I try to break everything down as it goes on, so I don't like to repeat myself and start saying the same thing over and over again. Unless you guys are really active and like have questions and stuff to talk about in the chat. I'd rather gather my thoughts, gain some energy in the gas tank, use the restroom, and now we have a whole second half. We're back for the second half. NBC is back for the second half, and this Giants offense is back for the second half. If we score a touchdown on this drive, we could start thinking nasty thoughts like playoffs and things like that. Gary Brightwell back to return the kick. No turnovers in the second half. We obviously can't have that. Got to protect the football. I'm nervous. This next half hour of NFL action, NFL time, which will be like 4 hours probably. It'll feel like 4 hours. Decide the season. Brightwell on the kick return gets wrapped up, holds onto the ball. I always like to point that out on the kick returns because it just seems like it's like 99% of the fumbles in the NFL happen on special teams, it feels like. Let's go. 1st and 10. Punch them in the mouth. Establish dominance. Do not let them hang around or think that they can come back in this game. It's only an 11-point lead. It's 2 possessions. We have a whole half of football. I've seen it a million times. We saw it like 4 times today. This lead is nothing in the NFL. Jones gets it out wide to Darius Slayton, who makes the catch for not a first down, but gets about 6 or 7 on first. I like the throwing on first down. Keep throwing it on first. Now you have a short down and distance. You can hand it off to Saquon if you want and get it close for 3rd and short. Or even maybe he picks it up. You don't know. But 2nd and 3, the whole playbook is open here. Love it. Quick out pass to Darius Slayton for 7 yards on 1st and 10. Slayton comes in motion on 2nd and 3. Jones under center. Hands it off to Barkley. Barkley spins forward for, I think he got the first. It'll be close. It'll depend on where they spot it. But it looked like to me he spun forward for that first down, and he does have it. So very nice start to the drive. 2 plays, and we have a first. I'm telling you, Big Task, the longer you let Taylor Heineke hang around in this game, and if you give him a chance to hurt us in the last drive, I just think he's got that type of moxie, that type of luck. He's like someone you don't want to see at your poker table type of luck. Like he just... Jones swings it out to Barkley, and Barkley just took his eye off of it, dropped it. Better Christmas song. Let's hear it, Chris. Last Wish. All I Want for Christmas Is You. Let me look up. Why do I not know Last Wish? Like, I'm sure I know it if I heard it. Who sings Last Wish? Obviously, I know All I Want for Christmas Is You. Jones throws a completion to Darius Slayton on 2nd and 10 for about a 6-yard gain. Last Christmas. Okay. Threw me off there. That's a tough one. I love both. I think All I Want for Christmas Is You is just, I think that's just the one that you could, I think that hits harder in any scenario. Like you could play All I Want for Christmas Is You in July and it will get a rise out of people. I don't know if Last Christmas slaps in July. I'm sure it's solid, but I don't think it has that same effect. Jones on 3rd and 3, incomplete, panics, under pressure, just spikes it at the feet of Richie James. Giants are going to punt. Tough play there. Montez Sweat against Evan Neal. Evan Neal just getting bullied. Just gets bull rushed, forces Jones to step up. He has nowhere to go with the football. And I mean, he tries to complete it to Richie James, but kind of just spiked it at his feet, throwing flat-footed. Jamie Gillen punts it. Fair catch is called for at the 8-yard line. So, very good punt from Gillen. Let's see if this Giants defense can make another play. Kayvon Thibodeaux having a banner type of game, a coming out party, if you will. You think Last Christmas is better? I'm not mad at that decision. I like Last Christmas, but like I said, I think, they're both classic songs, and they both hit. But I think the versatility of All I Want for Christmas Is You just kind of puts it over the edge for me. I just feel like you can get more mileage out of that song. As if I was a DJ, you could play that song all the time. Last Christmas, maybe you got to get the right crowd for it to really pop off, or it's got to definitely be Christmas time. In Christmas time, they both are just legendary. Can't beat them. We're on our third cup of coffee past 8:30 tonight. So you cannot say I'm not dedicated to the game. There's literally no way you could possibly say that. Diesel fuel coffee at 8:30. Not the best start to the second half for the Giants, obviously having to punt. But they do flip the field pretty nicely. The Commanders will have it at the 8. If I'm from a Commander's perspective, I would just try to pound the football with Brian Robinson Jr. I mean, he's getting like 7 yards a carry. You're only down 11 points. If I was Ron Rivera or whoever the offensive coordinator is for the Commies, I would start to just make it a little bit simpler and just prove that the Giants can stop the interior running of Brian Robinson. All the running on the edges has not worked. Kayvon Thibodeaux has been wrapping that up. Hot take, neither. Wow. Jack is out on them both. That would be a take that I'm not. That's a hot take that even myself will not be willing to die on, that neither of those songs slap. Because you have to say Last Christmas and All I Want for Christmas Is You is easily your top. Like, if you're playing music around Christmas time and you're getting a playlist together, those are probably in the top three, like first three songs you pick, just through reflex. This is the worst run defense team in the Giants and in Giants history. How crazy is that? With this defensive line. Heineke completes it right away to Terry McLaurin. That's his biggest catch of the day. So, Commanders might be waking up here. They get a stop, and right away they get McLaurin involved more than he was in the first half. Fabian Moreau, just soft coverage. McLaurin stops. Quick, easy throw for Taylor Heineke. Heineke throws ducks, man. I mean, I'm sorry. He's spunky. He can get the ball where it needs to be, but there's a reason he was did he even get drafted, or was he an undrafted signing? I have no idea. Heineke steps up, completes again to Scary Terry for a first down. So he's right away McLaurin getting involved, and that's the last thing we want to see as Giants fans. He's killed us in the past. Right away, again, Fabian Moreau, soft coverage. McLaurin just sits down in the zone, and Moreau breaks in the football, but it was too late. First down. Here comes the stress factory. Here comes the stress factory. Second half is going to take years off of our lives as Giants fans. I can already tell. Heineke, reverse, good play call, good design, tons of daylight for De'Ami Brown. They run the reverse to perfection. Giants over pursuing on the edges. Good play call. They get a first down. And Kayvon Thibodeaux is on the sideline. It looks like he's just getting a rest. His helmet is still on, so trainers aren't asking about anything, so just a rest on this play. 1st and 10. They send Logan Thomas in motion. Brian Robinson up the middle. That looked like a legal formation to me on Logan Thomas. Let's see if I can get an illegal formation call right. Yep. Logan Thomas, that was obvious even to my eyes. Illegal motion. Dude was running forward. Dude was dead ass running forward towards the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped. This was hysterical. What is he doing? What an idiot. 1st and 15. I would be pissed at that guy for just, that is brain dead football. You go in motion and think you have a 10-yard run up. Somebody's on the field. Doesn't want to spend Christmas outside of a jail cell. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate anybody who hits that subscribe button as we try to grow. We've done every Giants game except one this year, and that was because of my own injury. There was no other excuses but an injury, a physical injury. Heineke in the shotgun. Just throws it out to the flats, gets it to McLaurin again. McLaurin's got all types of room. And Thibodeaux makes the tackle, but he not before Terry McLaurin. And right away, they're just feeding Terry McLaurin. You could see the game plan. They just throw a screen pass to McLaurin, and he books it down the field. And Kayvon Thibodeaux hustling back makes the tackle. Commanders in field goal range now. Starting to get nervy. Heineke, bootleg. Giants not ready for it. Jahan Dotson gets a 1st down. Commanders wide awake here in the 2nd half. Great play call again from the Commanders. The bootleg had the Giants completely fooled. Heineke had all day, all types of space. Easy read to Dotson, who was right in front of him. Nobody near him, and he gets a 1st. Commanders inside the 20 now at the Giants' 19-yard line. Turnover would be nice. Wouldn't be mad at that. Heineke drops back. Touchdown. Jahan Dotson. Damn. Not the start we wanted if we're as a Giant fan. He gets stopped on offense. Heineke comes down and starts slinging it all over the field. Nick McLeod on Jahan Dotson, just no way. No way. Good route. Tons of space. Tons of cushion, and he has all of the release time in the world to get inside leverage, as they say. Does Taylor Heineke not look like Gary Bertier in the face? Can anyone else confirm Taylor Heineke, Gary Bertier? Obviously, Bertier was a linebacker, a lot bigger on screen, on film. Bertier's tape played a little bigger. 2-point conversion attempt to try to make it a one-possession game here for the Commanders. And they convert. Oh, they throw the flag. The pick play. offensive pass interference on Jahan Dotson. So the 2-point conversion will not count. They will probably just line up and kick this now. Commanders backed up now after the offensive pass interference. Will kick an extra point. So that is beneficial for the Giants. It's just such a blatant pick play, like so obvious. Joey Sly on now for the extra point. This is why we don't add the points until after the extra point. He missed it. Wow. He missed it. So that's a 3-point swing right there. Could have been a 3-point game. Instead, it's a 5-point game. That is huge. That's huge. Let's go. The offense needs to score points, man. That was funny and lucky, but let's be honest, that drive was scary. They were getting no pun intended, they were getting Terry McLaurin involved, and he's the most explosive receiver in the game on either side today, no doubt about it. So they clearly went back to the locker room and said, listen, they're playing 10 yards off of me. Terry McLaurin said they're playing 10 yards off of me. Just get me the ball and watch what I can do with it. And that was basically that entire drive from the Commanders. The football team, the Redskins, the Commanders, all of the above. I've called them all of the above, just like everyone else does. Can this offense put together another touchdown drive? They make it look so difficult at times because the drives are so long and drawn out. There's never any 50-yard gains or occasional 30-yarder. It's always just 11 yards, 11 yards, 11 yards, 11 yards, 11 yards, 11 yards. That's what the Giants do all day long, and that's why they just don't put up enough points, because you're constantly leaving it for third down, constantly having to grind out each first down, and it's just not sustainable. One mistake from a receiver, one mistake from an offensive lineman, you just don't have the firepower to get those big yardages back. So this is a crucial drive. Momentum is completely gone if the Giants aren't able to put any points on the board on this drive. I mean, Heineke was fired up, came out throwing it all of a sudden. Terry McLaurin all of a sudden has 5 catches for 65 yards to lead all receivers. Most of that coming on that last drive. Jahan Dotson had the touchdown. Joey Sly, after missing that extra point, kicks it through the back of the end zone in frustration for a touchback. Come on, boys. Who wants to make a play? Who wants to make a play? They really should just be the Washington all of the aboves. Big task. That's a good shout. It's clearly offensive pass interference on Jahan Dotson. I have no idea what Ron Rivera is crying about. 1st and 10, shotgun for Jones. Jones gets rid of it quick, completes to Slayton for 6 or 7 on 1st down. So very similar to how they started the first drive of the second half. Jones gets it out of his hands quickly, feels the pressure, and throws it to Darius Slayton for positive yardage, albeit not a first down. 2nd and 4. Eight minutes remaining, third quarter. Should be changing the quarter as well. Not that that matters too much. Handoff is to Barkley on 2nd and 4, and Saquon finds a hole and gets about 10. There we go. He was one man away from being in the secondary there. And that's where we like to see Saquon living when he's starting to sprint past DBs and stuff like that. Needs to get through that first and second line, though, eventually. The linebackers just tripped him up this time. But he does get a first. Giants approaching their own 40-yard line at the 39. Jones steps up, going to keep it himself. Just slide, my guy. Gets thrown to the ground. And he fumbled. They say it's a fumble. I think he was down. Down. It looks like we're going to keep that. Of course, Jones, you got to slide, dude. You got to slide. I think we're good. I think that's going to be Giants ball. But he's got to start sliding, man. He just doesn't graceful. Like, he's a good runner, don't get me wrong, like when he has space, but he's got to start sliding, man. Everyone on Giants Twitter thinks he's down, so why does that make me feel even more nervous? The optimist in me thinks his elbow is down before the ball came out there, but it's closer than I'd like it to be. And I'd also like Daniel Jones to start sliding. No, he's not Josh Allen at all. I mean, Josh Allen has had some fumbles in his career too, trying to do stupid shit, but he at least is he tries to truck people at the end of it. Jones just isn't graceful when he goes to the ground. He's 6'5", he's a little lanky. And I mean, obviously he looks like I don't know what it is about him, but I guess defenders find him very hittable because they just love rocking him. It seems like every other quarterback doesn't get hit this much. Even when he runs, they don't get knocked this hard. I'm praying that that's down. Does the chat think he's down? Jack, as a Bills fan, if you were just watching this game by yourself and you didn't care about the names on the jerseys, do you think he was down by contact there? I really hope so. Yes. He was down. Rivera's freaking out. Thank God. His elbow's down. The ball. There's the shot. Ron Rivera, I don't know what you could be complaining about. NBC it is all over it. Jones, that was your mistake. Everyone gets one. Not everyone. You really aren't. You shouldn't get more than one. But he lives without the mistake now. He saw it happen. He felt that frustration, and yet he gets to fight again. So let's see. Second and 1. Jones next play, quarterback sneak, picks up the first. Ron Rivera is going to kill a referee tonight. Ron Rivera looks like he's might punch a referee tonight. And Brian Daboll looks like his head is cold. That's all I got for him today. He's dressed in a black hoodie and not showing his face to the camera, essentially. Daniel Jones in the shotgun. 1st and 10. They throw it out wide to Barkley. Barkley puts his foot in the ground, gets about 7 or 8 on 1st down. Definitely like seeing Saquon getting used in the passing game tonight, especially with this aggressive defensive line for Washington. It's keeping them off balance, just having to deal with Saquon on the quick passing game. They can't just pin their ears back and attack Jones like they want to. 2nd and 4 now. Throwing on 1st down has definitely been effective, as many people have predicted. Saquon up the middle, keeping his legs moving, and that's another 1st down for Saquon Barkley. Let's go. That's a big pickup on 2nd down when you can just pick up 5 or 6 on 2nd down in the run game. That's why you throw on 1st down, because now defense doesn't know what to expect on 2nd down, and you can run the ball if you want to and still pick up 5. Why not? Saquon goes right up the gut, carries Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen with him on his back. Matt Breida in the game now. Barkley taking a rest. 1st and 10. Handoff is to Matt Breida, and he's tripped up after about no gain. 1 or 2 maybe. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Do me a personal favor so other people can see it in the future. They can see the VOD. They could take in this greatness, this Sunday night drama unfolding. Not since Game of Thrones ended have I felt this type of intensity on a Sunday night. Daniel Jones in the shotgun. Steps up, evades the pressure. Oh, and the pass is knocked down. There's a flag anyway. It's going to be a hold. Referees heavily involved in this game. Holding on John Feliciano. Feliciano and Glowinski are the weak links of this offensive line, no doubt. I mean, Evan Neal, to be honest with you, Evan Neal doesn't look good. I like Nick Gates. I like the idea. I like Andrew Thomas too. Don't get me wrong. He's had a good game so far, from what I can tell. Jones 2nd and 19 now after the holding penalty. They just throw a 5-yard pass, or maybe, to Darius Slayton. Probably a 3 or 4-yard pass. Just trying to get a few back, I guess. Third and 15 now. Big play. Have to imagine the Giants play pretty conservative. Have not been able to. I haven't seen them complete a 3rd and 15 in a while. But let's try to make this 4-down territory. Let's try to get 13 yards back, 14 yards back at the very least. Jones steps up, running, holds onto the ball, and gets tackled from behind. Jones, nobody open downfield, steps up. Definitely a face mask at the end of the play. Referees decide they don't want to call that. 50-yard attempt for Graham Gano. I don't feel good about it. He got it. Let's go. Graham Gano, that's a big kick to make it an 8-point game. 50-yarder for Graham Gano. Great job by Daniel Jones to pick up that 7 or 8 yard gain on 3rd and 15 and he puts it right in Graham Gano's range, just in Graham Gano's range, because I doubt he makes a kick longer than that tonight. That was he hit that as pure as he could, and he just still almost pushed it. So we get 3 on the board. First point of the half for the G-men. 3:11 to play in the third. So much football remaining here. Yeah, the refs were like, I think he got it, big task. They're like, yep. I'm shocked. I'm shocked he made that. I got to be honest, I didn't have good vibes going into that kick, a 50-yarder in a big spot. Like those type of kicks are scary. You're putting all your eggs in a 50-yard field goal basket. But we come away with 3. Now we got to get stops. I think Heineke will give us a pick tonight. If we stick with it, I think he's got another gift for us. He fumbled. I mean, there was really nothing he could have done on the strip sack that Thibodeaux had. He just got demolished from behind. But he had a really nice drive in this third quarter. Touchdown throw to Jahan Dotson was nice as well. So, seltzer, not a beer, for you people wondering at home. We need a stop. I'll say. I would love a turnover. That would really just tickle me sweet, as they say, as nobody says. It was a dominant drive last time from Washington. So Gano to kick off, puts it through the back of the end zone for a touchback. 17-9 is our score. 3:11 remaining, third quarter. I would really, really, really like an interception or a sack or something cool. Heineke under center to start the drive. Let's get some momentum back. We got some points, but let's really steal momentum back with a stop. Heineke under center. Hands it off to Brian Robinson. Up the middle. Jalen Smith just doesn't have the strength at this point in his career to handle Brian Robinson Jr.'s youth and speed and strength. Every time Jalen Smith meets Brian Robinson Jr. in the hole, Jalen Smith gets knocked back 5 feet. Maybe it's his pad level, all that stuff. You want to get real football technical with it. He's standing straight up trying to tackle Brian Robinson, and that's why Brian Robinson's able to just leverage past him, because Jalen Smith is trying to tackle standing straight up like he's a predator or something. Heineke, they run the flea flicker. Throws a bomb, incomplete. He overthrows De'Ami Brown on the flea flicker. It's 3rd and 3. Heineke threw a bomb there, though, got to be honest. They run the flea flicker. Third and 3. Heineke Hands it off. Stuffed. Curtis Samuel was short. Landon Collins makes the play. And it looks like they're going to punt. I'm loving Landon Collins playing as like a linebacker because the rest of our linebackers suck. At least he can make a tackle with some physicality. Good pad level there from Landon Collins. Teach Jalen Smith a thing or two. It just feels right to see Landon Collins in that 21. He was one of my favorite players on some of those bad. They were okay, I guess, those Giant teams on defense. 4th and 1. And they're punting it away. Love to see it. A big stop. Richie James will just let the punt roll all the way to the 1-yard line. So it's a big punt. And the Giants will be backed all the way up. So Tress Way is destroyed. Tress Way is the best player on the field for the Commanders, it looks like. It'll have to be a 99-yard touchdown drive if the Giants were to score one on this drive. But hey, it's happened before. It could happen again. I want to say thank you to everyone joining us this week. Hope everyone had a nice weekend. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. I just finally woke up, I think. It's 10:30 at night. Yep, 10:30 at night. Finally awake. Good to know. Big stop, and then all of a sudden, Tress Way hits like a 70-yard punt or something like that. 65-yard punt. Oh, dead air there. Apologies. Was reading the timeline, making sure we're not missing anything important, like injuries, stuff like that. Sometimes I miss out without the sound on. I miss out on like the sideline reports and stuff like that, unless it's like an apparent injury or something. Giants are gonna have to go 99 yards. Thanks to Tress Way. Richie James just didn't even want to go near the football. So safety is in play again. Daniel Jones at his own inch now, like 1 yard line, literally. Gives it to Barkley. Barkley gets the legs going forward and falls forward at least to get us some space. Gets about 4 or 5 on first down. That was huge just to get some space because obviously you're at your own 1, not where you want to be. Now you're at your own 5. Second and 5, Jones under center, Barkley in the backfield. Jones looking, just spikes it at Barkley's feet. Let's be honest, this is going down to the last tick of the clock. Imagine they tied again. If they tied again, then I think they would have to be the most equally matched football teams in the history of the NFL, right? Because they would both have the same exact record and have tied each other twice. 3rd and 5 is a big play. Jones shotgun. Steps up. It's dropped by Daniel Bellinger. That is bad, man. I got to see the playback. I don't know if the throw was behind him or he just dropped it. Or a little bit of both. It hits him in the chest. Got to make that catch, Daniel Bellinger. Got to make that catch. Gillen punting out of his own end zone. It's a bomb from Jamie Gillen. Ball's out! Ball's out! Huge decision here. Giants just broke their punt returner's back in half for sure. He's not getting up. But the ball was out. They say he was down by contact, so no fumble. Yep, he's down. Definitely down by contact. Good call. Can't complain. Guy literally looked like his spine was getting realigned on that play. Cam Brown just put him in the jaws of life. Good field position for the Commanders now. They're at the 42, their own 42, but still near midfield to start the drive. The pitch is to Brian Robinson. He gets about 4 on first down. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Put your 4s up. Giants are up 17-9. Still a one-possession game. 2nd and about 6 coming out of the third quarter to start the fourth for the Commanders. Big drive for them. Whew. This is going to come down to the last kick of the ball. I have an inkling that this game is going to drain every ounce of energy out of us tonight, folks. Giants had opportunities to put this away. Their passing game is just not fluid. Yeah, I think I will be doing a Christmas Eve stream, Steve, but except I think I'm going to be at Elizabeth's place. So that is the difference this time. Probably going to have to be recording or streaming from a remote location that I have not streamed from yet. But we will see what we can do there. Trying to do every game this year. I've only missed one due to my own personal injury. So other than that, unless I have pick up another knock that I can't be on camera for, I plan on doing every game for the whole season. Struggle town. I'm nervous. I'm worried. Commanders have about a 2nd and 6. Quick stat check. Taylor Heineke, 12 of 19, 136 yards. And a touchdown. Daniel Jones, 17 for 25, 134 yards, no touchdowns. Saquon has a touchdown, but 11 carries for 35 yards. And Brian Robinson is getting 6.5 yards per carry, so he's got 65 yards on 10 carries. Quick math in my head. Fourth quarter set to begin here. 2nd and 6, Washington. Let's see if this Giants defense can make a play. I would really enjoy that if they were able to make a play. I like that thing that Thibodeaux did earlier in the game where he made a play. That was really cool and sweet and sick. Haven't seen much Thibodeaux in the third quarter. Handoff is to Brian Robinson. Giants cannot wrap him up. And he's close to a first down. That is devastating. This guy's a good running back, man. There's no doubt about it. They're going to say 3rd and 1. Third down and 1. Commanders at the 50. I would assume they would probably go for it here if they somehow don't convert. Heineke keeps it himself, has plenty of room, and they converts the first down. Nice play call. Heineke is extra, man. I'm sorry, Taylor Heineke. Relax, bro. Relax. If Daniel Jones did that type of celebration when he was down 8 and he had 1 touchdown in the game, every time Daniel Jones ran for a first down on a bootleg, is he going to just do what Taylor Heineke just did? Taylor Heineke is embarrassing himself a little bit. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll probably tie this game up at some point, but it's just like, relax a little bit, guy. Heineke drops back. Incomplete, looking for Logan Thomas. I think that's Logan Thomas. Yes, it was. Just out of the reach for Thomas to try to catch that in stride. We'll have 2nd down. Am I right? Big task. I mean, listen, I kind of like Taylor Heineke just as like a neutral. Like, he's a fun guy to root for. Very similar to Mike White on the Jets. Like, you kind of just 2 guys you want to see do well because they weren't highly touted. But he's a little bit extra on like a bootleg first down where he's down 8. Handoff is to Antonio Gibson. Ball's out. He fell right back on it. But he gets tackled at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Commanders. Ojulari makes the play, ripped the ball out, and Antonio Gibson was fortunate enough just to literally, his gravity took him directly to the ball as if his chest was a magnet to the football. 3rd and 9 here. Huge play. Incomplete. Heineke, the Giants send pressure. Jason Pinnock off the edge, and he drills Taylor Heineke, who throws an incomplete. Where's your first down signal there, Heineke? Calm down, Gary Bertier looking ass dude. Does he not look like Gary Bertier from Remember the Titans? In the face? I swear to God, I keep seeing Gary Bertier in the helmet. Pinnock destroys Heineke, hits him as he throws it. Heineke's lucky that he got rid of that ball in time. "51-yard attempt for Joey Sly. Watch him put this one through after he just missed an extra point from like half the distance. Yep, he put it through. 17-12. Commanders using that field goal offense. We're going to need another touchdown. It's very obvious. It's very obvious tonight we're going to need another touchdown. Look up Gary Bertier. Does he not look like Taylor Heineke? Am I making that up? trying to find a good picture of Gary Bertier, but that's what he looks like. All right. Giants are going to get the ball back. It's 17-12 after Joey Sly just bombed one from 51 yards right down the middle. I'm looking at the Giants Twitter timeline right now. Everyone just writing, "We need points now. We need points now. Need points now." I'll definitely say we need points now. Kayvon Thibodeaux has 10 tackles, 3 for loss, 1 sack, 1 fumble, forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 1 touchdown. He probably is your defensive player of the week. I mean, oh no, that guy from the Jags. I mean, is there an AFC and an NFC defensive player of the week? Because that dude from the Jags who got the pick 6 today is probably your defensive player of the week. I have nausea right now from what's for the next 10 minutes of this football game. Like, straight up nausea. Just everything on offense looks so difficult. Technically, we've scored 10 points on offense. The score line indicates 17 because of the defensive touchdown. John Mara in the house. He looks more nervous than me, rightfully so. Joey Sly bombs it through the end zone. For a touchback, oof. Saquon, let's go, buddy. Now's your time to shine. Jones in the shotgun, 1st and 10, 12:30 remaining in the fourth quarter, eternity to play. Jones drops back, completes to Daniel Bellinger for about 5 yards. Second and 6. Jones just throws it to Richie James on the screen. Richie James breaks a tackle, holds onto the ball, and gets a nice big chunk play on 1st and 10. Well, we'll have a 1st and 10 now. An effective wide receiver screen for the Giants. I really don't remember the last time I've seen that. Maybe since Victor Cruz was wearing 80. This time we got Richie James wearing 80. This is the best game Richie James has played as a receiver as far as I'm concerned. He's making plays in key moments. Somehow he almost fell down. Like the velocity of Jones's screen pass almost knocked him down there. But he makes the play and gets us out towards the 44. Jones doesn't like what he sees, just throws it away. Jones, 2nd and 10. I'm almost guaranteeing they run it here. Yep, they hand it off to Barkley. Falls forward for about 4 or 5. We'll have a big 3rd down here. I just have no confidence in us on 3rd down, man. There's just too much that can go wrong when we can't block. when our receivers are always catch the ball with their body and not their hands. So when you have to make a tight window throw, it's almost always incomplete with this team. 3rd and 6. Jones completes to Barkley for a first down. And we're into Commander territory with 10:30 remaining. Big first down conversion for Daniel Jones. Makes the simple read, checks it down to Barkley with the deep zone coverage, and Barkley falls forward for a first. Chris Collinsworth just made it seem like Saquon Barkley had like a one-handed catch. It was one of the most simple catches you'll ever see. Ball's deflected at the line of scrimmage on 1st and 10. Jones had it knocked by the defensive end. 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Jones keeps it. Holds onto the football and gets crunched. Why is it every time Jones gets hit, it looks like he's getting run over by a car? Every other quarterback I feel like doesn't get hit hard. I feel bad for him. Protect him. 3rd and 8. We got a huge play here, task. Big task. We have a huge play. We have a big task at hand for real on 3rd and 8. Jones drops back. Incomplete. Looking for Saquon on the check down, and they cannot make the play. Just nobody gets open, man. Giants are punting in Commander territory. That was a big play. And now we're punting. And this will definitely be a touchback, no doubt about it. Oh, fair catch at the 9-yard line. We're up 5 and we're giving them the ball back. Oh, yikes. Yikes. Struggling. I need something to give here. Commanders are moving the ball now. There's 9 minutes to go. Both teams have their timeouts, so there's an eternity to play. But the Giants haven't scored a touchdown since the second quarter. Feels like an eternity ago. And the Commanders are almost due to score. That's how it feels. But if we can get one more turnover of Heineke in a key spot like this area of the field, and it could be curtains. So who knows? So many commercials on Sunday Night Football. It's hard to complain about not being on Sunday Night Football with this many commercials. It feels like there's more than normal. Who wants to step up? Thibodeaux can be the guy for life. We're back from break. Commanders at their 9-yard line after the fair catch. Play action. Heineke steps in, throws a bomb downfield. It's caught! What a play from Jahan Dotson. What a play. Pinnock overruns it. Dotson adjusts to the football. Pinnock was stride for stride with him, and then Dotson just adjusts to the football. Hell of a play by the receiver. Like, this is what happens when you have actual receivers on your team, which the Commanders do. Pinnock was so close to making a play there. Just doesn't make it. Now they'll just probably pound the rock on us. Handoff is to Brian Robinson Jr. He gets to the edge, gets to about the 10-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds, and the Commanders are getting fired up. It's looking spooky. It's looking like Sunday scaries here for Giants fans. Commanders on the 11. Handoff to the outside, and the Giants have it stopped. Every time they hand it to Curtis Samuel, it's a good play for the Giants. Every time they hand it to Brian Robinson Jr., it's a great play for the Commanders. 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard carry from Curtis Samuel. Such a big play from Jahan Dotson. Down the field, one-on-one coverage, just adjusts to the football really nicely, makes the play. Second and 9 for Heineke. McLaurin makes the catch, but tackled immediately by Fabian Moreau. It'll be 3rd and 5. They could still gain a first down here, the Commanders, at the 1. The way the Giants' offense is playing, if I'm the Commanders with this much time left, just keep kicking field goals. The Giants can't even get in field goal range. Third and 4, big play. Taylor Heineke in the shotgun. Heineke gets sacked by Dexter Lawrence. The ball comes out. They say he's down. But it's a big sack nonetheless. Dexter Lawrence gets the sack. And the Commanders are going to have to kick it again. Big red zone defense from the Giants. Leonard Williams flushes Heineke to step up in the pocket, and the Giants collapse around him. Aziza Ojulari gets a hand to him, and sexy Dexter Lawrence finishes the play. Here's the field goal for Joey Sly. Giants are challenging the play to see if Heineke fumbled. The ball is out. The ball is out. That could be a fumble. That could be a fumble. That could be a huge turning point in this game. Ball is out. Taylor Heineke, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? You gonna do this? You gonna do one of these moves? I'm sick of Heineke now. I'm done with him. Gets lucky all the time. Done with him. He pissed me off when he over celebrated down 8 points after getting like an easy bootleg read, 30-yard run. I've seen Daniel Jones do that, or a 20-yard run. I've seen Daniel Jones do that a million times this year. If that was a big play every single time, like, stop it. That ball's on the ground. They better give that to us. It's a big call here. This is a big call. I just searched the timeline again. The timeline was right last time. They said Jones was down. Let's see if they think the ball was out there for Heineke. Let's go. If this ball is out in ours, that is a game changer, to say the least. Whew. I'm nervous. Giants Twitter thinks it's a fumble. I'm really struggling here with the suspense on this call. This is a huge call. Giants ball, no field goal. Let's go. Where you going, Heineke? We're going that way. That's where we're going, the opposite direction, buddy. Yep, hands palm for Heineke. Sorry, buddy. 2 fumbles tonight for you. Now we need to run some clock. We need to get this down to the 2-minute warning. I want a 4-minute drive with points. Handoff is to Barkley. Barkley gets into the secondary and gets a first down. That's what I want to see. Barkley covers the football up at the end there as Montez Sweat, that monster, is chasing him down from behind. Let's go. Let's go, big task. Barkley's fired up. Biggest run of the night for him, it seemed like. Handoff again to Barkley. Barkley up the middle. Spin move. Gets another first down. Saquon time. It's Saquon time, ladies and gentlemen. 2 first down runs in a row for Saquon. This time he gets a spin move going. You could see him amping up right now. This is his winning time. Let's go, Saquon. 1st and 10. Giants at their own 41 after the 2 runs from Barkley. They give it to him again. Barkley with another spin move. And he gets into another first down. 3 of the same plays in a row. Here he comes. This is what I'm talking about. Come on. 2 more of those runs, at least. This time, Barkley is stuffed, still falling forward. They just keep going for the football. Saquon, those bicep curls coming in handy. Second and 7. Barkley somehow got 3 on that. We got to protect the football. Jones keeps it. Jones gets to the outside, stays in bounds, and gets a first down. You could just see the toughness in Daniel Jones' brow. I could see the toughness. He keeps it this time. Great play design. Lowers his shoulder, holds onto the football, stays in bounds. I thought Barkley fumbled there. He gets wrapped up. 1 yard gain. The Commanders will spend their first timeout. 2:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. I'm so nervous right now, man. If we give the ball back to Heineke and he has a chance to win it, we're screwed. We have to at least make this another chance at overtime if they're going to run the length of the field and also and get a 2-point conversion. We have to at least get 3 here. 2nd and 9. Everyone better protect the football. Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones. Second and 9. Barkley dancing, keeping the legs churning. Gets about 2 or 3. 5 seconds come off the clock. Commanders will use another timeout. It's their second. Wellington Mara apparently hated the Washington Redskins, now Commanders, when he was the owner of the Giants. Rest in peace. That's what they're showing on NBC right now. Let's go. Huge 3rd down. You convert this. We're trying to protect the football here. Big task. We're trying to limit mistakes and not lose the game again. I think they trust Graham Gano's leg. But we're also trying to get them to burn their timeouts, I don't know. I'm nervous as all hell. 3rd and 6. Jones completes to Darius Slayton, fumbles, recovers it. And that big task is why we're not going for the touchdown. Two-minute warning. I'm so nervous right now. My heart is beating a mile a minute. I had this inclination that Heineke was going to destroy us on the last drive of the game. I really hope I'm wrong. But I've said it like 5 times throughout the stream. If we give him the ball back with a chance to win, I think he'll somehow find some magic against us at home It's just he's that type of lucky guy. We already saw him air one out to Dotson. That good coverage, just better receiver. Graham Gano with a huge kick. 50-yarder. He's hit from 50 earlier in the game. I don't have any confidence. I can't watch. I'm going to, but I can't watch. If he misses it, I'm going to cover my eyes. It's good! Graham Gano! Yes! Yes! Let's go. Graham Gano, huge kick. 250-yarders tonight. He's kicked 100 yards worth of football tonight. Let's get it. Just gets it through the upright. So we're up 8 with a minute 55 remaining. The Commanders have a timeout. That's only one timeout to play with. What is Heineke complaining about? Saquon absolutely carried that drive. That's exactly what we needed. Him to just run it down their throats, eat 4 minutes. We didn't score a touchdown. Obviously, that would have been nice. We are set up for another tie, though, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying. We are set up for more overtime if the Commanders were to find some magic. The difference in this game, ladies and gentlemen, the Giants' defensive line causing havoc when they get to Taylor Heineke, like Thibodeaux, like Dexter Lawrence, and Ojolari on that last play. They forced 2 fumbles. That's been the difference in this game. Kick return. Good return from Antonio Gibson. They'll have it at the 43. Of course, he gets like a 40-yard kick return. 147 remaining and a timeout. Got to keep them in bounds and have them scrambling. Nothing behind you. Tackle, wrap up. Gano is your guy. Yes, he is. Gano is one of the best players on the team. He's probably been the most consistent player on the team the last 3 years, for being honest. 147 remaining. 1st and 10 for Heineke in the shotgun. Can the Giants get pressure one more time and close this out? Who's going to be the closer? Heineke. Curtis Samuel is wide open, makes the catch, and gets out of bounds. Are you kidding me, dude? Darnay Holmes just lets him go. Definitely gets 2 feet in bounds. Washington's at the 30 all of a sudden. Now all of a sudden they know how to move the ball. This is excruciating. They're going to score on this. Heineke just dumps it off to Logan Thomas. Gets out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain. And they still have this timeout, man. This has been too easy. The kick return was absolutely brutal. Why don't you just fucking kick it through the back of the end zone, dude? His elbow is down before the ball is out of bounds. So there'll have to be a 10-second runoff, or Washington will have to burn their timeout because Logan Thomas did not get out of bounds. His elbow hit before he placed the ball out of bounds to stop the clock. So they're not going to use the timeout. They're going to let the 10 seconds run off because they're inside the 30 anyway. I'm like, why does every game have to come down to the final possession, man? When are we just going to have a simple, easy W? 6 points in the second half is just, and you're still trying to win, is just insane. So 125 remaining now. Washington will hold on to their timeout and take that 10-second runoff. They move it back up a second to 126. I just feel so nauseous right now. One play from one player. That's all we need. One guy. Close it out. Big sack. Forced fumble, interception, something. Completes it to Jahan Dotson, and he gets right out of bounds. 1st and goal. Heineke just floats one out to the out route. Jahan Dotson, it's a perfect pitch and catch. 1st and goal at the 10 now. Not looking good. Defense is breaking at the road. Snap is high. Heineke recovers it. Oh, it's a drop pick. It was a drop pick. Nick McLeod hit him right there. The snap hit Heineke high, and then he recovered and threw it right to 44. Nick McLeod, you could have been a hero, my guy. Oh, my God. This is excruciating, bro. This is right in his hands. He's scoring. They're scoring now, bro. This is a wrap. This sucks. They're scoring now. Giants will take a timeout. Oh my God, bro. Nick McLeod just dropped a game-winning pick. A game-winning pick, my guy. It was right in your hands. It was a horrible read from Taylor Heineke. He panicked through it. He panicked through it. Right into the DB's hands. You couldn't have thrown a better ball to the defensive back there, and Nick McLeod dropped it. This dude Dotson is a baller for Washington. They have a stacked receiving core. I'm literally nauseous. 2nd and goal. The touchdown is inevitable. Heineke steps up. Short! The Giants are taking a timeout. Kayvon Thibodeaux wrapped up Taylor Heineke at the 1 yard line. Heineke tried to run with it. Looked like he was going to get in. They have the ball at the 1 yard line. This is going to OT again. Oh my God. They're reviewing this to see if Heineke was out of bounds. He clearly was. The referees are not doing their job on the sidelines. Come on, officials. Third and goal at the 1 yard line. 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining. You have to think this is getting QB sneaked. Robinson is in for the touchdown. Oh my God, man. God forbid we could finish out a game. They threw a flag. Illegal formation. Yes. Terry McLaurin, illegal formation. Wasn't lined up on the line of scrimmage. Jalen Smith got carried into the end zone, by the way. Third and goal again. This game will not die, man. Still 20-12. Minute 1 left after the illegal formation negates the touchdown. They're at the 6. Incomplete! Heineke gets wrapped up and then he had to spike it at the feet of his running back. Azeez Ojulari gets the pressure and we're down to 4th and goal for the Commanders. Huge play. This is the game, folks. Fourth and goal. This is the game from the 6. Heineke. All day to throw it. Incomplete. Incomplete. Game over. Let's go. Let's go, Heineke. See you later, buddy. Let's go. Victory formation. Thibodeaux crying. Heineke crying tears of sadness. Kayvon crying tears of happiness. Let's go. How many chances you need, Taylor Heineke? Giants covered it up. Curtis Samuel gets it knocked away by Darnay Holmes. Let's go. Commanders want to call. Sorry, buddy, too late. Collinsworth says it's PI. I don't care. I don't care, Commander fans. You scored 12 points. You scored 12 points, Tom. I don't care. I don't care. Don't care. Sorry, Heineke. Sorry, Heineke woke up too late. Sorry, the receivers woke up too late. You scored 3 points against the Giants in the first half. Don't care. Don't care. Maybe Terry McLaurin lines up on the line of scrimmage. Tom, what if Terry McLaurin lined up at the line of scrimmage? Ball game. Giants win 20-12. Let's go. I don't care how it happened. It was ugly. It was disgusting. It was NFC East football classic December NFC East matchup with playoff implications. The Giants have more points when the final score ends. I don't care about, listen, that's one call, that's fine. Daniel Jones, there was a blatant face mask. The referees sucked. They couldn't even get a call right in regulation. The last 2 minutes lasted 20 minutes because they didn't know if guys were falling inbounds or out of bounds. I don't really care. I get it. Last play, tough sour grapes. I would be upset too if it happened to my team. But I also would have the foresight to say, at home against the Giants, you scored 12 points and you still need to convert a two-point conversion, and Terry McLaurin takes away a touchdown. All he has to do is line up at the line of scrimmage. All Terry McLaurin had to do was stand on the line of scrimmage, and the Commanders win this game. Darnay Holmes, it's PI. Maybe you want to say that's PI. Fine. I don't care. You still would have had to convert the two-point conversion, and Terry McLaurin handed the Giants a win by not lining up in the line of scrimmage. Kayvon Thibodeaux dominated the first half, his best game as a Giant. Darnay Holmes gets away with murder in the end zone. The Giants win, and we're alive. The playoffs are alive. This was ugly. This was disgusting. This was not good offensive football whatsoever. This was the Kayvon Thibodeaux show in the first half and a little bit of Saquon Barkley to put the icing on the cake. Daniel Jones just protected the football a little bit better, got rid of the football a little bit quicker than Taylor Heineke. Heineke was he was trying to make too many plays. Taylor Heineke too many times was holding on to the football, trying to air it out down the field. It worked a couple times, but the Giants' pass rush was getting to him just in time. He fumbled it twice. Tom, I'm sorry, that's tough. It's a tough loss. I'm hyped up, as you would be too. But I understand why you would want PI, but it's just like what I would be most pissed off right now is Terry McLaurin not lining up at the line of scrimmage. That is unacceptable. That was an easy, everyone and their mother knew Brian Robinson was going to score a touchdown from 1 yard away. Everyone and their mother. And Terry McLaurin just had to line up on the line of scrimmage, and he cost the Commanders the game. That's pretty much how I see it. Yeah, you can say Darnay Holmes, pass interference, all that jazz. I get it. It's a tough call. Referees swallow their whistle in a key moment. But Terry McLaurin just needs to line up in the line of scrimmage. Giant fans, that was ugly. That was disgusting. I feel gross. I feel like I need to take a shower. But you know what? A win is a win, and a win is a win. We needed a win. The Commanders and Giants love to play close games. They're pretty much two dead-even football teams as far as I'm concerned. The Commanders have better talent on the outside. I think the Giants have Saquon Barkley and a bunch of and maybe Daniel Jones is just a little bit better of a game manager at this point than Heineke. Maybe. At least we could say that. He's protecting the football a lot better this year, and that's how they've been winning games, these close, tight games. It's late. It's been a long day for me. I want to thank everybody who joined the stream. Big task. I appreciate it. Tom, Jack Meyer, everyone who showed up, Saddle. That's going to be it for me. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. Every Giants game the rest of the year. We'll be back Christmas Eve, hopefully. I will be remote. It will be undisclosed location at this point, but I will be back eventually for Giants Vikings. But right now, we're going to bask in this W. Giants get the W over the Commanders, 20-12. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm pumped. Nerve-wracking game. Shouldn't have been this close. A lot of 50-50 plays, 50-50 calls. Very evenly matched game. But in the end, the Giants come out on top, and we ride. We're rolling into the Vikings next week. 8-5-1, the New York Giants. I'm not mad at that. I'm not crying at that. I'm not sniffing my nose in the air for that. So thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Have a good rest of your week.